Someone is giving me a condom that says Climax. It says Climax, please come again. Sorry, well, what's the question?
It's a two-part question.
Well, let's see how the first part goes.
Are you single?
Am I single? Yes. What is the second part?
Would you like to go to Beaver Creek?
I understand that everyone has a nickname for their genitalia, but that is not... I mean, if it's constantly a creek, what am I even gonna do? Like, my job's done before I get there, you know?
Do you flap your tail when you get excited?
Maybe things will go well and it'll become a Beaver River.
You wanna chew on some wood? Is what you're saying?
Damn! Oh my god. I understand the metaphor, but no teeth. Alright, who has another question? What do you got there?
Are you going to Regina?
Am I going to Regina? That's what she asked me. What'd you say?
It's a real place.
No. Oh, no, I know Beaver Creek is a real place.
I've been there.
Beaver Creek is not a myth. I have been there. I've seen it.
Follow me to Beaver Creek!
Yeah, the best spot of Beaver Creek is actually just to the north.
I would have the hardest time finding that place.
It is not on any maps I've found.
Yeah. That's actually where the moisture comes from. I'm not doing a show in Regina this time through. It just didn't work out in the schedule, but I do hope to be back at some point. I've played there before, and it's quite fun, especially because I spent an hour just making fun of them.
But tomorrow we're going to Pussy Mountain.
That's just what Jarrett calls Winnipeg for some reason. I don't know why.
Dirty.
Someone just said dirty? Because Winnipeg is dirty? Okay. I walked around. This isn't exactly the cleanest city either. Someone said it gets worse. I hope not in Beaver Creek. All right. That better be clean and refreshing. All right. Who else has a question? What do you got right there?
I have a question for Andrew. Is your father Axl Rose or Steve Earle?
By the way, it is such an insult to our comedy that you laughed at that. Is your father Axl Rose or Steve Earle?
Only those two people can grow their hair out? I don't understand the joke, I guess.
He's never seen a woman. So
I can tell.
Hair.
Is that why they make you wear the reflective vest so women can see you coming at night? Sir sneaks a lot. No, my dad's name is Bob Rivers, and you should look him up. He's a parody artist and is a musician, so if you could support my inheritance, that would be great.
His father actually is the funniest thing, because when he started saying, is your father, because his father's actually famous. His father was like a huge radio host. And so when you started being like, is your father? I'm like, oh, someone knows Bob's Rivers. No, fuck that guy. All right.
You think my dad's Axl Rose, and I'm like, I'm gonna go play Saskatoon, you know? I got all the money in the world, and yeah, I came here. I mean, it's lovely, it's so Beaver Creek, but...
Then again, what is? Regina. All right, we'll take a couple more. What do you got there?
If comedy didn't work out, what's your plan B?
When comedy doesn't work out, what's my plan B? No, he said if comedy didn't work out, what was my plan B? There can't be a plan B. If there is a plan B, then comedy won't work out. Like, you have to, people say like, oh, don't put all your eggs in one basket, but like, that's how you fill a fucking basket. You guys have a backup plan?
Just to marry rich, and I did, so.
Well, you got that Axl Rose money.
Yeah. I don't understand. I mean, like, what's the point where you give up? I guess, when you're.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a special carried in a long-term care home.
Special care aid in a long-term care home. That's awesome. Now, what was your plan B?
My plan B was nursing.
Was nursing.
Justice.
Isn't that the...
So you'll take me in
comedy
someday when I'm like, I used to be funny. All right, sure you were.
I just like the idea that was his plan B. Like the idea of like, if comedy doesn't work out, what would you do? Improv. In the same field.
So yeah, it's going well.
Now, does that mean that you take care of elderly people? Is that right?
I wipe front to back.
Always wipe front to back. By the way, that's on the flag of Beaver Creek.
That doesn't answer my question. Everybody has a butthole.
By the way, that's Jarrett's book.
Everybody has a butthole.
It's the prequel to Everybody Poops.
Can't wait till it comes out.
Andrew's been waiting for days.
It's a little backed up right now with the supply.
Yeah, you had a pre-order.
You said you love the city name Regina, but have you ever been to Climax in Saskatchewan?
Have I ever been to Climax? Yeah, shortly after I went to Regina. What you do is you start at Beaver Creek, then you go to Regina.
To whoever is naming your places, grow the fuck up, okay? We can call this place Wiener.
Climax will be the peak of my career.
There are towns in Pennsylvania, one named Blue Ball and one named Intercourse. And one of the first jokes I ever wrote was I was driving to a gig and I saw that there was a sign that was like Blue Ball, Pennsylvania. And I thought, who the fuck would live in Blue Ball, Pennsylvania? And then I saw the next sign, I'm like, oh, all the people who got lost on their way to Intercourse. What is happening right now? Someone is giving me a condom that says Climax. It says, Climax, please come again.
You can't reuse condoms. Everybody knows that.
I just want to point out a couple things. One, you have this with you. Are you together? No? Oh. Also, so sometimes like people will bring gifts to shows. And like often people will bring like baked goods or something. And I make it a policy to never eat anything unwrapped.
Can I see that for a second?
What?
Yeah. See that?
Oh God, she's got more. I feel like I've been voted off the island. I'm the only one without a condom.
This one says Toronto is big, but this one is Bigar. Is that another name for a place? You cheeky bastards. This expired in 1987.
And then John Bander read us some of the questions that people had texted in.
Would you rather marry a kinky 3 or a vanilla 10?
I would rather marry a vanilla 3 than a kinky 3, honestly. Like I'm totally into like things that are like slightly off vanilla. Like it's okay. I'm like, ooh, French vanilla. That's fine.
I will take 3 kinky ladies, please.
Oh, nicely turned. I'll take 10 vanilla ones.
You're probably stuck with 21 virgins, but
I would rather marry a vanilla 10 because my wife is a kinky 10 and it's fucking exhausting.
And then we closed the show with Leedy Corbin, a resident tour artist.
Welcome to Climax. Yes, please, where's my condom? Thank you.
There you go.
I won't be using that. All right. Then I have Beaver Creek.
Always right back to front.
Don't you shake your head. You asked this question.
Thank you for watching, following, subscribing, and sharing these videos. If you don't yet, make sure you follow me on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and everything else. And of course, Patreon, where you can see videos like this before anyone, and one video a week, exclusively on Patreon. Patreon.com/Steve Hofstetter. I'm back touring again, and I'm performing just about everywhere. All over America, Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, everywhere. Okay, that's not everywhere, but it's a lot of places. Get your tickets and find out more at stevehofstetter.com.